For The Hill, Bob Cusack, and CBS correspondent Nancy Cortez. Bob, I would like to start with you. We've seen the latest CBS Battleground tracker polls now, and it doesn't look very promising for Donald Trump. What right now is the state of the campaign, do you think, for both parties at this point?
Well, I think for Trump, I mean, he's in a big hole, and he's going to have to hit not just a home run on Wednesday night in the last debate, but a grand slam. He has lost substantial ground in those battlegrounds, including states like Virginia and North Carolina. And now Democrats are going on offense in a state like Arizona, which was viewed as, listen, that was going to go to red all along, and now that's close there. So October has been, Jamie, a very bad month for Donald Trump. He needs to turn it around very quickly. Hillary Clinton's challenges is, hey, don't make any big errors on Wednesday night. Go to a four-corner offense and like they do in basketball, and then win this. But the one thing that Hillary Clinton has to worry about is getting 50% of the vote on Election Day. If she gets 49% of the vote, that's going to be used against her. So I'm sure that's on the minds of Democrats right now.
It's bad, though, to have a bad month in October, for sure. Nancy, I want to start talking about Hillary Clinton, though, continuing that conversation. Really, the way that we've seen these leaks of the Clinton campaign's emails, this has been an ongoing problem for her as the Democratic nominee. Now, the FBI has now released more documents from their investigation into Secretary Clinton's private server today. What did the released documents show?
What those documents show, Jamie, is that in at least one conversation between one of her top aides, the Undersecretary Patrick Kennedy, and an FBI official, Kennedy went to that official to urge him to do something about one of Clinton's 296 emails on Benghazi that had been deemed secret. He really wanted to have that classification changed so that it would not be as sensitive as it looked. And he argued it shouldn't be classified as secret. And the official that he spoke to, according to the FBI's investigation, offered essentially, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. I'll look into this, see if I can do anything about it. If you help me out with this longstanding request we've had for the State Department to fill some FBI slots in Iraq and elsewhere. It turns out that the FBI official did go to some of his colleagues and found out that there was nothing that he could do about the classification, and came back and told Kennedy about that. But the image remains that there was a quid pro quo going on between the State Department and the FBI as Clinton aides were desperately trying to get some of these emails that the FBI and intelligence officials were classifying as secret, top secret, bumped down to, shall we say, a less controversial classification level.
Well, I have to ask then. I mean, her trustworthiness with voters has been a real issue for her since the beginning of this campaign. Do you think at this point, this latest release, Nancy, could cause her to lose any voters?
It's possible. You know, for starters, it wasn't Hillary Clinton making this argument. This was one of her undersecretaries in a conversation with the FBI, and at the end of the day, nothing came of it. So I'm not sure that it will register for a lot of voters. For some voters, that'll certainly feed into an image that they already have of Hillary Clinton, as you pointed out. I do think that this, on top of all those WikiLeaks emails, could have had a very profound impact on her candidacy if, let's say, she was running against Jeb Bush or Marco Rubio, someone who was running a more disciplined campaign. But she's running against Donald Trump, who is creating even bigger waves on a daily basis with some of his comments about women who have accused him of sexual assault. And that is sucking up so much of the oxygen, so much attention, that it may be that some of these allegations just end up being more noise.
Wow, interesting point. Bob, I want to stay with the emails for just a minute here. House Speaker Paul Ryan released a statement saying, quote, "These documents further demonstrate Secretary Clinton's complete disregard for properly handling classified information. This is exactly why I called on DNI Clapper to deny her access to classified information." Kind of along the lines of what Nancy's talking about, it seems like this might be a good move for Ryan as he continues to try to shore up votes for the GOP in the House and Senate, not focusing on the presidency, but going ahead and maybe using it in the House and Senate. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think it's a good move by Ryan. Ryan has to be, he's very worried about losing seats and also his majority. Now, I think the Republicans are heavy favorites to retain their majority in the House. The Senate is very much up in the air and I think favors Democrats now. So when Ryan is going going after Hillary Clinton, I think that's a good move. He needs to talk about her emails because that's her biggest weakness. And it could be a weakness throughout October, even into November, into December, and then when she's sworn in, Republicans are vowing to do investigations on this and not just stop if she wins the presidency. So Ryan is doing what I think Donald Trump needs to do more, is talk about Hillary Clinton's emails.
All right, Nancy Cortez and Bob Cusack, thank you both so very much for being with us today. We really appreciate it, both out of Washington. Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.